Hello guys, Belle here. Today we're going to be talking about the Brewmaster Monk artifact weapon in Legion. Few things to note here. This is badass. That's all I want to say. I only misweave on my monk. But I gotta tell you that I really like this Brewmaster weapon just because it's legit monk. Like, yeah, I dig it. I love everything about it. This is by far, even though I'm a warlock, my favorite weapon in Legion. By far, for sure. I do apologize if you're going to hear my voice crack a little bit. I'm getting over being sick, and I'm trying to get these videos out here for those of you that need to see them. So I'm trying to push forward here, but my voice is going to crack a little bit, and it's going to sound like I'm a 12-year-old going through puberty. So I apologize in advance, but we are going to just float along right through so that we can get this done for you. Now, with your weapon, it's the Wanderer's Companion, Fuzan. Like I said, I know you can't really tell because it's dark in the hall. That's so nice. For the immersion of it and the roleplay, I'm not a role player, but I really dig it. I wish I was a Brewmaster. I wish I tanked. Because this would honestly make me want to tank. So a couple things to note before we dive in to your artifact weapon here. This is basically going to be your entire weapon through Legion. There is no weapon drops. You're going to use this for PvE and PvP, so you want to get comfortable, and this is going to be a main focus for you in Legion. You're going to want to unlock all the traits here, which there's 34 of them in total. This is a max level tune, so you're going to be able to see this weapon at its full power. As you also see here, you get a stamina increase for every trait you purchase, which is nice. So definitely something that you want to keep in mind. You don't want just the base artifact weapon. I'm going to call it the basic bitch weapon. You want to make sure that you add to it so that you become more powerful. It's also important to note here that these relic slots, which you have life, storm, and iron, it's all weapon specific. It's different for each one. You'll be able to socket your artifact relics into here. This will increase your item level, as well as unlock these traits here so that you can purchase them with artifact power. There's also another important thing to note here, that all of these abilities on your weapon here are going to be your passive abilities. There's only one on use, and that on use you can drop right down in here in your bar. You can use it as part of your macro for your rotation. It's called Exploding Keg. Once again, can love the names that they have here. It's an instant ability. It has a small, well, it's 1.25 seconds. It's not really a small cooldown. Hurls a flaming keg at the target location, dealing 312k fire damage to nearby enemies and causing them to miss their melee attacks for the next 3 seconds. I'm not going to go out and say it's a OP because all of these on use for each weapon is pretty alike in nature. Definitely going to want to be something that's part of your rotation as a tank, and it puts out a lot of damage, which is going to be nice. So, before I lose my voice completely, let's go ahead and hop right into to these talents and see what we have here. We have Full Keg. This goes up to rank 1, increases damage dealt by Keg Smash by 10%. We have Gifted Student, goes up to rank 3. You gain 3% critical strike chance for 3 seconds after dodging or healing from Gift of the Ox. Obstinate Determination, this goes up to rank 1. Gift of the Ox summons an additional healing sphere when your health drops below 35%, needed as a tank for sure. Facepalm goes up to rank 3. Tiger Palm has a 30% chance to deal 300% of the normal damage and reduce the remaining cooldown of your Iron Skin Brew and Purifying Brew by 1 additional second. Dragonfire Brew, this does go up to rank 1 as well. After using Breath of Fire, you breathe fire 2 additional times, each dealing 21k fire damage. Potent Kick, this goes up to rank 3, increases the duration of Iron Skin Brew by 1.5 seconds. Hot Blooded, this also goes up to rank 3, increases the damage of Breath of Fire's periodic burning effect by 75%, and causes it also to reduce the target's damage done to you by 6%. Obsidian Fist goes up to rank 3. Increases the critical strike chance of your Blackout Kick by 9%. Overflow goes up to rank 3. Each time Gift of the Ox generates a healing sphere, it has a 15% chance to instead generate a greater healing sphere that heals for twice the original amount. Brew Stash goes up to rank 1. Activating Purifying Brew or Iron Skin Brew grants you 10% dodge for 1.5 seconds. Dark Side of the Moon, love the reference to Transformers, goes up to rank 3. Blackout Kick also reduces the damage of your next auto attack reduces the damage of the target's next auto attack to you by 6%. Smashed, rank 1, increases the range of your keg smash by 10 yards. Staggering Around goes up to rank 3. Fortifying Brew increases the damage you delay with staggering or with stagger by an additional 6%. You also have Swift as a coursing river. This only goes up to rank 1. Activating Fortifying Brew, Purifying Brew, or Iron Skin Brew increases your movement speed by 6% for 15 seconds. The good news is the stacks up to 5 times. Last but not least, you have Unhealthy Appetite. This goes up to rank 3. Increases maximum health by 3%. Not mad about anything we just saw there. I think all of those are pretty nice. Even though I don't Brewmaster, I still think a lot of that is going to be needed, and I think you guys are excited for that. Your original version here, this is going to be your blue version, which is a blue-purple, your red, and then, of course, your yellow, which is more blue, if you ask me. The Monkey's King Burden, you'll unlock by doing PvE things. That's a big difference, actually. Here's the red, and there's the yellow. Heart of the Ox. You're going to do this by doing a little bit more deeper into the PvE world. Glory of the Legion Hero, dungeons, dungeon challenge modes, actually, with the keystones, which we're actually going to talk about the keystones in a separate video. Oh, wow. Guys, that was a dramatic change. My body was not ready for that. I really want to freaking be a Brewmaster now. This is beautiful. I hope you guys hear me and how in awe I am of this weapon. And then here, of course, is the yellow. This is by far my favorite weapon. Of everything I've seen in all these videos I've done, this is literally by far my favorite weapon. Then the Dragonfire Grasp. This is actually the PvP version for when you prestige. Holy shit, that's awesome. With the recent Q&A, they talked about they wanted tanks to have more of an open role in PvP. You all know how I feel about PvP and tanking. I don't agree with it. Doesn't mean I won't deal with it. And I'm not judging you guys that are... Those of you that are tanks, I'm not judging, but I don't think tanks belong in PvP. That's a personal opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right, but I would PvP on a tank just to get this version of the weapon because it's legit. The blue is so freaking nice, although arguably I would say it's more purple. This is nice because it actually looks like the outside of your temple here. And then the yellow, which seems lilac also. But, yeah... The Heart of the Ox is probably going to be my favorite version, though, in truth. I don't know about you guys. I think we could agree that we like this pretty well. I like all of these versions. I just think this says Monk to me. Literally in Brewmaster. Like, this says I'm a Brewmaster Monk. I think they did a phenomenal job. My hat's off to Blizzard on this one. If you watch my other videos, I did like most of them, but definitely prefer this one. I might... just have to swap from being Mistweaver over to Brewmaster to have this fine piece of weapon. That's going to be it for my Brewmaster. I did all of the monks, so make sure you check out those videos. Also, don't forget to check out the Brewmaster spec and talent preview video that I did, as well as the class hall walkthrough. I've done a lot of videos. Also, keep a lookout if you're new to PWNCAST. Make sure you subscribe. After the after the artifact weapon videos are done, I will be starting on the PvP talents. For each spec. So, make sure you have subscribed if you're new. Also, if you're here, you're already watching the video, guys. Why don't you do me a solid and just hit the like button? Come on, I deserve it. Don't forget to also comment. Tell me what you think about the video as far as the artifact weapon, what you like, what you don't like, anything you would change. I love to banter back and forth about World of Warcraft. It's my favorite topic. But I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.